It is great to be back for another, actually, UFC 4 Universe Mode episode. We have got a very, very huge event on hand today. I can't wait for it. This is a massive event, and folks, honestly, I'm just super stoked. I mean, we've got some pretty awesome action. We're kicking things off here, folks, with Irene Aldana. The 0-1 Irene Aldana takes on the 1-5 Claire Peterson. Underground 15 starts right here, right now in the United Center, where we had actually the UFC, what was it, 291 pay-per-view. Oh, my goodness. Irene Aldana trying to avenge that first loss she had. Claire Peterson trying to get back on the right track. I mean, as we know, that 1-5 record is not looking good on her resume. Trying to bounce back here tonight with a big win on Underground 15. So we got that going. Let's see. It's funny, is now my laptop doesn't ever want to work unless I have something on. I know just a couple hours ago we did our Dirty 2K23 live stream. There you go. That's cool. So that should be working, hopefully, and hopefully you guys can hear me too. That is a big hope for me. Then my wife had a couple issues earlier, but I wanted to get this stream out early in the afternoon for the simple fact that the UFC pay-per-view is today, I believe. That's to be Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo going at it for the bantamweight title of the world. And we also got on Sunday SmackDown versus Raw. Backlash, the Backlash pay-per-view. I don't know why I said a video game, but Backlash pay-per-view is happening. So a lot of big things are happening this weekend, so that's why I wanted to kind of get into the groove and push these two out fairly early. Let's see. But as I said before, I will be keeping track of the records. I doubt we'll honestly need the rankings. Let me look at the rankings real quick. It doesn't look like anyone would be taken out unless it's like the light heavyweights, maybe the middleweights, but for the most part, I don't think anyone's going to be moving up to rank. What a shot from Irene Aldana. It's a knockout shot right there. Ooh, Pokemon Go. See, honestly, I think Aldana has the advantage here. It's only one loss for her, and she was here winning against a pretty game opponent here, but Aldana just looking to take control. They've kept a good distance from each other. You can tell that they're in the feeling out process still in round number one. But truthfully, it does look like Aldana has been more successful in round number one from the few engagements that they've had. I mean, she's already kind of staggered Claire Peterson at one point, so I wouldn't be surprised if she does it again. This is a nice knees to the body from Claire Peterson. You can tell that Aldana's trying to set up for a big head kick, but Peterson's had it scouted. So both fighters being very passive. It's a bit surprising. Again, this is a very strange first round. Looks like we're going to round number two. A pretty anticlimactic round number one, in my opinion. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more action here in round number two.
All right, second round underway.
Made sure I came prepared for a long stream. Again, I'm waiting for that big move. Both these fighters haven't really engaged as much as I would have thought.
Another clinch position. Catches the kick there. We'll see what she can do with it.
Again, it's just been a bunch of misfires on both sides. And I've got to say, I'm very surprised at what I'm seeing. Why is that? There we go. Fix that.
We will see which fighter is able to advance their position.
Who's going to be the first one to attempt the takedown? Both of our combatants have the
just kind of waiting to see what's the next shot here. What's the next big shot? Who's going to go down? That's the question. The beautiful head kick, though, from Claire Peterson. But no, we're seeing a lot of one hit here, one hit there. No real combinations are being made on the part of Claire Peterson. At least nothing substantial or nothing impactful. So again, There we go. Nice head kick from Irene Aldana. Finally, there we go. We're finally starting to see some engagement here. Aldana getting the better of Claire Peterson. That was a beautiful little forearm. Right, not really forearm, but the side. Yeah, you know, the wrist. Forearm. It was a nice shot there. Did some nice damage. I think it even like busted open the nose, it looks like, of Irene Aldana.
Real quick leg kick.
That was a nice body shot. Good morning, Tyler, man. How are you? Good morning. Yeah, dude, you missed a great. Oh, that down goes Irene Aldana. Claire Peterson looking to finish this fight. Oh my God, Aldana barely staying alive. Not where she wants to be. I'm doing great, just at work. Oh, that's what's up. How's work? Oh, I mean, I would assume work is going great because you're doing great. This is very impressive from what we're seeing from Claire Peterson, and what round number 1 really wasn't hers, but she's taken round number 2, has been more aggressive, and we're seeing some success here. Irene Aldana playing defensive. I thought she was done, folks. I really did. She was taking a beating there on the ground, and when she fell, Claire Peterson just attacked her with everything she had in those fists. But Aldana weathered the storm. Again, nice turnaround. 15 seconds left in round number 2 before we go into round number 3. Will we see a potential finish? I still can't believe you're still playing in the morning. Yeah, well, this is actually kind of like my nighttime. My sleep schedule is a bit different now because I work overnight, so I'm normally asleep during the afternoon, which is why I don't stream, anymore in the afternoon. And if I am, so I fall asleep early in the morning. But I normally am up from about 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. That's normally like my hours of being up, and for the rest of the time I just sleep. That's why sometimes I'll say 6:30 and I'm like, hopefully I'll be up at like 6 o'clock and we'll be functioning by then. That's why I missed our 2K stream, and I had to stream it super late, and I wanted to get out to you guys because we got the Backlash pay-per-view coming up this weekend. We've got UFC 2, I think 88 coming out. We got a lot of things coming out. But no, my Wi-Fi crashed in the middle of towards the end of that one, and Bret Hart wound up becoming the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. That one got played off air. Good thing I have notifications. Yes, hit that bell icon, everybody. And Bret Hart, in the middle of that match, that's when it cut off. So Bret Hart became the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins beat Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar to become the undisputed WWE Champion. And what else happened? Oh, and Kurt Angle outlasted Bruno Sammartino, Hollywood Hogan, Triple H, and Roman Reigns to become the World Heavyweight Champion over on Raw. WWE shut down. Yeah, literally, that's what happened during the Backlash one. And all the other matches are on recording before the Wi-Fi cut out, so we crowned 14 new champions, technically. And so what I'll probably do for the WWE Universe mode going forward is I'll probably do what I did for SVR 11, which was just kind of like stream the whole week, which means you guys will see me putting in the matches for like certain, like for WCW and SmackDown, unless I kind of do it differently where I can kind of rig it to how I want it. That was a nasty shot. I'll blame Oldberg and Espion. Espion's my most hated. I haven't been able to play that game in a while, but I'll probably take that game to work with me at one point. See what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm very surprised in this fight. What we've seen has been quite impressive. I mean, the first round was pretty lackluster, I will admit that. But once round number 2 happened, this fight really picked up. The filling out process was over, and they really put pedal to the metal. So I'm very impressed from what we've seen from both of these fighters. It's hard to really say who has won this fight. Beautiful Superman punch almost.
She is such a diverse striker. That dad fixed strike landed, and it looks like she's going to finish.
Oh. Again, we're going to possibly a judge's decision. That's what it looks like. Both fighters content. on going to a judge's decision. Like I said, I can't believe it really got here. I'm curious on what the judges say. Make sure I got the right thing up. There we go. Let's click over here. Does anyone know how to fix like a laptop not activating on its like laptop mouse instead of the keyboard mouse? Congrats to, is this the first fight? Yes, it is, Tyler. This is indeed our first fight of the night. Congrats to Claire Peterson. She finally bounces back. She's now 2-5 in the UFC. She puts Irene Aldana to 0-2. Next up, folks, it is going to be in the men's flyweight division as the 2-5 Davidson Figueiredo takes on the 8-12 TJ Dillashaw. This fight is up next.
Coming up next, a UFC flyweight division matchup.
I'm really hoping that UFC 5 comes out soon. I feel like I'm running out of fights to make. I'm like, oh God. Because we've hit 80 plus. This is our 81st episode in this series. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Like, it's very hard for me to keep a series continuous. I mean, we've had a lot of breaks with this one. But 81 episodes, I feel like I could say 81 successful episodes, is pretty cool. The last time I had a series reach that level, I think, was 2K16 for wrestling. I had over 130 episodes, I think. So, yeah. Which I'm going to be doing some cleaning of my YouTube channel, like for like certain videos that are like episode 1 and 2 and they don't continue anymore. I'm going to get rid of them because there's no need to keep them. I want to keep like my just continuated series going. And so we'll do a little bit of cleanup with that, or at least my completed series. And we'll do a little cleanup on my channel coming up this weekend. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. I might do one more stream. Oh my God, TJ Dillashaw really trying to take it to Davidson Figueiredo. But I might do a little bit more streaming today, maybe tonight. I've been really having a lot of fun with Evil Dead. I might stream that for a while. Haven't made up my mind just yet. Because like I said, when I do streams, they're more so episodic, so they're not really long. I mean, they're long, but it's like an hour plus. But you guys get the point. I kind of want to do one where I can sit there for like 4, 5, 6 hours, maybe streaming. You know, just chat it up and just, you know, yeah. Beautiful. Oh my God, that's a beautiful guillotine. That is a beautiful guillotine from Davidson Figueiredo. That was phenomenal, folks. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. TJ Dillashaw, I think, trying to go into the Von Flute, the counter choke here for the side mount choke. Davidson Figueiredo could be in trouble. The Von Flute choke is going to put Davidson Figueiredo out. It is over, folks. TJ Dillashaw is victorious tonight. The Von Flute choke submission and round number 1 gets the job done for TJ Dillashaw. Will you look at that, folks?
He does a great job of staying patient.
That is one heck of a guillotine.
You are never safe when you're fighting this guy. You're in a lot of trouble.
Like when Davidson Figueiredo put that submission on, and the way he caught him, folks, that was flawless. But then the Von Flute choke came. Davidson Figueiredo refused to tap out, and ultimately he went to sleep. What is up, Cytron man? How are you? How's it going, dude? Congrats to TJ Dillashaw, folks. He's now 9-12 in the UFC. He puts Davidson Figueiredo to 2-6. Next up, I actually haven't updated anything yet, which this is normally where I fall behind. But next up, folks, will be in the men's bantamweight division as the 0-2 Marlon Vera takes on the 0-5 Frankie Saenz. This fight is up next. Seriously, I feel like with the entire roster, I feel like we like I've normally done a pretty good job putting fights together. I feel like we don't kind of always use the same fighters consistently. It's kind of like I'm doing good. Quick question for my personal universe mode. How do you suggest I start a universe? Well, it depends on how you want to do it. Like, you know, there's multiple avenues to go. I think the way I like to do it is what I did with this series is how I had a big tournament for every like championship division, or not championship, but every division and every title. I was a bit lucky that I had recorded all the fighters like past fights and added that into their record books. So I had a bit of history to go off of. Now, since you're starting fresh, I would try to put who you would think may be the top 16 or 8 fighters or 4 fighters, however you want to do it, that you believe are some of the best in the division. Put them in there. I would personally put the damage retention on. And, you know, if you want to play them, play them. If not, if you want to spectate them, and, you know, see how good the fights are. Make sure that all the first couple fights are 3 rounds, and then your championship fight is 5. And you'll see what those guys are made out of. And you can start making records if you want to keep a hold of records. You can do it like that. Another way to do it would be to just create one show and put the 2 best of the division that you feel, and make that your first ever show, and do it like that. You know, I think that's one of the more easier ways to do it. It's less work, and you get to see who was the ace of all your divisions. Remember, if you also don't like a division, you can always condense it too. Like, that's the beauty of the UFC's game modes, especially their weight classes. That there's the beautiful combined option. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the flyweights through featherweights are one, or it might be flyweights through lightweights. And then it's like from like the welterweights to the middleweights, and then the light heavyweights and heavyweights are combined. I think all the females are combined into like the one woman's bantamweight division. So you have a lot of avenues you can go if you don't want that many titles. And one thing I've been kind of toying around with, whenever you want to have like your pay-per-views, is, you know, what I normally do is have every title online every show, or every monthly pay-per-view. What you can do is kind of follow the UFC realism and have it to where you can put 2 or 2, maybe 3 belts online, maybe just 1. You know, especially if you have like a marquee fight, let's say Conor McGregor comes back or whatever. Like, there's a lot of things you could definitely do to make it your own, and those been kind of like personal suggestions. I personally feel that the tournament's the best way to do it. Or of attrition, you get to see more fighters technically and more fights in one. It will be long, don't get me wrong. It will be about, let's see, when I did 4 on 1. At first I was going to do a tournament with the IRL top 16 ranked, but to do that I would not have enough call slots for each. I need to go back to my chat screen. I would not have enough call slots for each division. Well, the beauty of that is, do you want each division to have like, because what I would think, and I was debating it, but I don't think it would have been fair, is I am still toying with the idea of combining all the women's division, because there's just not enough. And then if you go to flyweights, you need to make some calls for them too. But that's really the only issue you would have. If I was you, I'd probably combine. I'd probably combine the women's division. That way you can focus on maybe just putting more flyweights on there, or vice versa.
Working inside his opponent's guard here. You cannot sit.
But that's definitely what I would do.
And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangle. Nice right hand.
So I did have a question. I'll probably put a poll eventually. I want to get everyone's opinion on it that watches my UFC stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point everyone's heard of the professional fighters, like the PFL. I've been watching the PFL since they first went on ESPN Plus, and when their technology wasn't as good, nor was the presentation. But this is a beautiful Kimura lock. Marlon Vera could be trying to snap the arm of Frankie Saenz. Saenz could be in massive trouble here, folks. Frankie Saenz is going to be forced to tap out to Marlon Vera. You can't beat that. Yeah, I'm just excited for UFC 5 when it comes out, so that there's a lot more current people instead of the bums like CM Punk. Yeah, I am too. It's just like, as a fight maker and trying to like make fights differently, once I get to like I was saying this, I think I said earlier, is that I'm at episode 81 of this series, and yes, I've taken breaks and stuff, of course, but when I get to episode 100, it's going to be hard to kind of make certain fights for certain divisions. Like my women's division, they're all running through each other. My flyweight division, it's getting stale. So it's going to be a point to maybe I don't feature my flyweights or, you know, things like that. So it's going to be a bit interesting to see how we can keep certain divisions fresh. I might bring Alex King back to the flyweights because he just failed at featherweight. So I don't know. Because I appreciate the free fighter updates. Is EA Sports can literally just make this a complete, you know, DLC grab, and I'm pretty sure I would buy the DLC if they came out with some. So, and truthfully, I don't know why they don't. Like they normally incorporate a couple legends, but they don't incorporate like all the Hall of Famers. Like give me Kevin Randleman, you know, like give me who was it? Who was in UFC 2 that I had so much fun with? He was a flyweight too. He's from Japan. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll figure it out eventually. But let's see, what's this next fight? Ah, yes, the women's flyweight division, I believe. Yes, it is. As Manon Fiorot, who's 0-1, will take on the 2-5 Alexis Davis. This fight's up next. By the way, in our previous fight, Marlon Vera became 1-2. Frankie Sainz became 0-6. Trying to put that out there. So I haven't updated anything yet. But now I'm really excited for UFC 5, just because like we need a different game. I'm surprised to my knowledge that I don't believe they have Randy Couture in the game. I think he was in one of the UFC Undisputed games. I think he had to be in at one point. Yeah, but that's another one. Like if it's a shame because you can kind of tell that what EA Sports does, at least for what was it?
How good is her movement here on the ground, right? Shades of Ray Bohr, just transitioning so beautiful.
Yeah, she's so
trying to think of what
transitions and movement.
The right term would be.
Oh, nice strike on the ground for her.
Why is my laptop? That's my chat screen. Dude. Let's see, my Wi-Fi just dipped again. I don't think my Wi-Fi dipped. I hope it didn't. That's what's been concerning me. Is it happened to me earlier today, and it does get like concerning when it stops working. That might not be good, folks. Kind of concerned. But no, what was I saying? But like, what the developers I feel like at EA Sports do is simply put, they just sit there and go, oh, okay, well, we published the game, and that's that. We'll publish the game, we'll keep small content updates, and that's all that they'll do. Because there's like, and like I said, I appreciate the content updates. I really do. I appreciate the extra fighters that they put in that I don't have to pay for. But like the Bruce Lee pack, we've had Bruce Lee since UFC 2. How come we only had Mike Tyson one time? You know? So it's just it's a matter of like there's so many more things that they could do. They could even have collabs. Like it would be unrealistic, but would a crossover with like Mortal Kombat, and again I know it's super cheesy and whatever, but it would make the game fun. I think it would attract more audiences and people would buy the game more if there was just some content that wasn't just okay, well if I look at it, it would be there. I would turns out they don't have Brandon Royal in UFC considering he's a top 5 fight. I mean, this is coming from the same people who traded Demetrius Johnson, arguably one of the greatest fighters ever, for Ben Askren, so I'm not surprised. So, I just don't feel that EA or UFC really respects their flyweight division. Like, when you really think about it, when you heard, when did you hear of Henry Cejudo? when he was fighting with the bantamweights, not when he was flyweight champion. You heard about him because he shocked the world, but after that it died away. Then he became what they call him, the Cringe King or whatever, Triple C or whatever his name is. Yeah. Like right now, I'm definitely rooting for my boy Aljamain Sterling. So whoop, Henry Cejudo, hopefully. Cause I'm not a big fan of Henry Cejudo. I respect him, but I just don't like his persona or whatever he tries to be. Oh my goodness! All right. I'm actually updating some stuff, but yeah, we need UFC 5. I can't keep preaching to the choir about it. I need UFC 5. Are you watching 228 tonight? I might catch the end, but I am watching Backlash. I'll probably watch the UFC 288 once it's over. Because I'm not paying $70 for a pay-per-view. Not happening. But I'll wait till it's over so I can catch the replays. On YouTube, everyone posts the fights nowadays, so that's why I don't even bother paying for it. Someone on YouTube is gonna live stream it, or someone on YouTube is gonna post it fight by fight. You know, so I'll wait till it's over and see what people post and stuff. That is a nice armbar. But Backlash, I definitely will be watching. Absolutely, I will definitely be watching Backlash. I'm very intrigued on see what happens. I don't think Roman Reigns is going to be defending his title at Backlash. I don't even know what the main event's going to be. I don't think it's going to be Cody and Brock as the main event. That might be the other match I'll skip to watch. But because I'm sorry, I know people like Brock Lesnar. I don't have a problem with him. I just. She's on the bottom. What is she trying to do? Like it's Brock. I mean, at this point, if you've seen one Brock Lesnar match, you've seen them all. To reverse the position. Even if it gets defended, it will create space for her to try to get. No, I don't think it'll be crazy if Brock beats Cody, because if what they're saying is true and they kind of want to have Cody hit that John Cena timeline after he lost to The Rock the first time, and then they rerun the main event again at WrestleMania. See, if they're smart. If the WWE is smart, now I really don't like what they're doing with this stupid tournament thing for the World Heavyweight title. If you're saying that it's going to be exclusive to Raw, why is a SmackDown wrestler going to compete against a Raw wrestler for the World Heavyweight title? You see what I'm saying? It's just stupid. You just said it was going to be exclusive to Raw. So if it's going to be exclusive to Raw, why is a SmackDown superstar holding it? That's basically saying that the draft was freaking pointless. It just doesn't make sense. It's a big plot hole. It's just bad. It's bad. So I'm hoping that they're gonna fix this mistake, and maybe there's because if they have a SmackDown superstar win it, what's gonna stop Roman Reigns from getting another title? You know, it just doesn't. It's stupid. With so little effort on the mat. And you know, if they're smart, they don't have Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble. But instead, what WWE needs to do is honestly establish general managers. Otherwise, brands don't make sense to me anymore. Like, oh, the WWE draft is happening. Great. Who's drafting for both these brands? She moves right into half guard. Without much effort, she was able to pass from her full guard right into half guard. Nice hammer fist. Yes, but do you know what makes it? The first element that makes a good draft is having brand managers, and there is none. Like after 2016, there was no brand managers. It was stupid. It was incredibly stupid. Like there was no. And with this one, you had random guests picking superstars, or someone was picking superstars. Who are picking the superstars? Like we know that there are authority figures, That's great. So now let's put the authority figures on a brand. Put Adam Pearce on Raw or SmackDown. Get some other Joe Schmo from the back. I agree. I wish we had Teddy Longstay as manager again. But there was rumors for. That's fine. I don't care if they try to freaking put on the popcorn manager in every stadium they go to as general manager. I'll even have guest general managers. But as long as there is someone that seems to be somewhat relevantly important as a manager that runs and oversees the brand, it makes the draft more impactful. Because it means that the brand managers are trying to better their show. Not we're just putting people here, putting people there, and there. For what reason? With no continuity behind it. It's just stupid. And Manon Fiorot just snapped the arm of Alexis Davis. Armbar submission victory. Just like that, right before the final seconds of the round was over. Before the round was over. Wow. Again,
Now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's going to stop this.
Manon Fiorot's got to feel great. That puts her to 1-1 in the UFC. Congrats to Manon Fiorot on a huge victory.
This fight was destined to go the distance. She had other ideas.
And Alexis Davis is 2-6. Do you only use in-game UFC fighters? No, I definitely don't. So, actually, Claire Peter, where is she? So the one right here, Claire Peterson, who she won, she's not a regular fighter. Alex King is not a regular in-game fighter. Aldrich Cook is not. Kenneth Thomas isn't. Rob Rogers isn't. Hakeem Reed isn't. I have about 20 fighters that are created. I've actually got to delete 2 fighters, and it's been hard to like take more fighters off of rosters because I'm waiting for them to have a really bad record. And it's like if I take the ones who have bad records off of the divisions that need it, it's going to be a bit difficult.
It shall be done. Both guys well-rounded. You think we're getting a kickboxing match tonight or what?
So congrats to Manon Fiorot, though. It's funny as I'm updating the fight schedule. Oh my God! I have not updated the records. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's start with the men's bantamweights. So what I try to do too, it helps if you ever start wanting to streaming I cannot speak. If you ever want to stream this, definitely have like if you want to keep track of everything, keep your records, fight schedules, and everything like that like in front of you. It'll help out massively because you can just update it right from here. This is a beautiful guillotine. Oh my God. Absolutely, and there's enough slots to do that where like you can have red team, blue team, and with the UFC Apex you can use that because that's what they used all the time during the Ultimate Fighter. So I think that's a great thing to do, a great strat too. Where is? I wish my regular mouse would work. That would be nice. Marlon Vera, Frankie Saenz. Poor Frankie Saenz. That poor guy does not want to fight in ages. He doesn't want to fight, period. It's good to see Marlon Vera 1 and 2, though. Yeah, it's wild when I see certain fighters who like are great in real life and then they just fall apart in this series. I'm like, wow. I think Bo Nickel may be in for a tough fight against Jacare Souza. So can Nickel survive is the question, though. This is nice. If Jacare Souza falls to the right-hand side a little more and flattens out, Nickel's going to be in a very bad spot here. Just wait till he collapses down. Do you use retired fighters in your universe? The only 2 fighters that I've retired are Dan Severn and Khabib. So Khabib was fighting, I think, even in this one, even in this series, but I wound up retiring him because I just don't see him ever coming back. Like, Dan Severn has made independent wrestling appearances, so I kept him going for a while. He was actually a former champion in our series in UFC 3. He was champion for a while, but I don't think I would. But I stopped once he stopped making independent wrestling appearances in active competition. So I had retired him too. But I normally I still use Daniel Cormier, Anthony Johnson, the late great Anthony Johnson. Who else is retired that I still use? Oh, I retired Dan Henderson too. But I used to use Dan Henderson. He was a former light heavyweight champion. I still use Anderson Silva. So, yeah, I use a couple retired guys. But I've also retired some as well. Do you use people like the Iceman? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Chuck Liddell is... what is his ranking right now, actually? I know he's still ranked. Yeah, Chuck Liddell is 8... Oh, that's not Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell is 9-7. I think he's a former champ, too. We've had so many champions. Some people win belts back, too, which is wild. 9-12. I'll actually look up his, see if he's a champ, see if he's ever won it before, too.
This ground and pound is good. Probably my favorite striking realm in MMA, and he's as good as it gets.
Poor Irene. She got absolutely wrecked. 0-2. And then where is Peterson? There we go. So I'm trying to update them now before it's too late.
Comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape.
Fights. Alexis Davis got checked out.
Well, you gotta stay busy on
In my opinion, this is a beautiful triangle. Can he get it? Can he go to the right-hand side, though? In your opinion, who is the GOAT of UFC? See, that's hard. That's like really hard because
this might just be a matter of brilliant submission defense there. All right, into side control, upper body strength figures to be put to good use here.
Yes, absolutely. And you got to look for his opponent.
I can't really give a greatest of all time because like there's so many just great legendary fighters in every division, and it's like if I sat there and said, oh yeah, John Jones versus Khabib, it's not fair. It's just a big weight disadvantage. Or let's say if I said Demetrius Johnson versus like Conor McGregor, it's just not fair. It's just a big difference. And then you've got to factor in some different things like, you know, who's the best kickboxer, who's the best boxer, jiu-jitsu, you know, Muay Thai. There's so many different things to take into account. I couldn't give like a best. Yeah, I couldn't really give a best of in terms of like the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I feel like there's a list for sure. I could probably say a top 5, but in no particular order. John Jones has to be up there, even though he's one of the biggest, you know, mess-ups of all time, and one of the stupidest human beings probably in MMA history. But John Jones is up there. If you'd be a hater if you didn't put Demetrius Johnson up there, no one in weight classes can ever do what he did. Khabib, the problem is I can't really say Khabib because like most of his record was against guys who sucked, and then he had a couple of good fighters to go against, and that was that. So I can't really say Khabib, and I know that people are not going to like that opinion, but Khabib is not up there for me. It's easy to be undefeated when you only had like 10 decently challenging fights in your life, and the rest were just from nobody knows. So I can't say Khabib. So it's John Jones, Demetrius Johnson. Yeah, I'd say Conor too. I'd definitely say Conor.
Nice hammer fist.
He's putting him in exactly the position he needs to be in right now. He's
Yeah, I think John Jones is one of the better fighters. But then again, it's like, I can't say that John Jones is going to, like, if we were hypothetical to, like, give people growth, like, strength, like, if I could make Demetrius Johnson John Jones' size, and, like, that type of weight class and everything, right? I still think Demetrius Johnson would actually beat John Jones, if that were to ever happen, right? So there's things like that to take into consideration. That's why I say weight classes are so important, because it's like, all right, well, John Jones could be the greatest light heavyweight of all time, one of the greatest fighters of all time, absolutely. But I can't just say there's a GOAT. Like, I sit there and say, okay, you know, Randy Couture is a great fighter. Stephen Miocic is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, or is the greatest heavyweight of all time, technically. John Jones could be considered the greatest light heavyweight of all time. Anderson Silva, whether you like it or not, is going to be considered one of the greatest middleweights of all time. George St. Pierre, the same deal with welterweight. You go to lightweight, that would probably go to Khabib. Featherweight, that's Jose Aldo's domain. In my opinion, I thought that's Jose Aldo. And Max Holloway, for sure. And then you can even throw in Alexander Volkanovski in there now. Bantamweight stuff, when you got to give Dominic Cruz in there. You've got to...
now trying to isolate an arm, DC.
He needs to move his hips back to cover. He cannot allow him on that angle.
Renan Barão's another good one, whether you like him or not.
He might get a finish here.
That's the second time Bo Nickel was saved by the horn.
So the fight goes
flyweights, I think standalone is Demetrius Johnson.
But there was a striking advantage, albeit slight, and
there's no doubt.
It should be enough. I mean, when you watch
the official decision is now in and resides with Bruce Buffer.
Bo Nickel thinks he's won. I don't know if I agree with that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, cool. Bo Nickel, folks, loses this fight by decision. Jacare Souza with a big victory that makes him 4-5. He puts Bo Nickel to 0-2 as we're going on to the next fight of the night. Well, this is going to be going next up, folks. This fight happened in real life. Light heavyweight division. The 0-1 Jamal Hill takes on the 2-5 Johnny Walker. This fight is up next.
Heavyweight division collision.
You ready? You ready? Fight. There we go. Jamal Hill, blue trunks. Johnny Walker, the yellow trunks. We got light heavyweights. I feel like we got done with all the lighter weight classes. That's wild.
they're the best of the best.
Let's update that last fight.
They are so well-rounded.
Gotten this one. Yep. We've done the women's bantamweights. Yep. Fights, I definitely know we did. Jeff Figueredo, Dillashaw.
Little single collar tie there.
I mean, this guy is
Just trying to make sure I get everything done so I'm not like behind. I start making the 2 weeks from now's fight schedule. So I already have next week's fight schedule done. I just want to make sure I get the next one as well. Wyland, yep, Vera, and then that's cool.
nice kick landed by this gentleman.
And folks, if you've missed the UFC 291 pay-per-view we had, I absolutely recommend that you guys see that. When I say it was a wild pay-per-view, man, was it a wild pay-per-view. And we had a couple new champions. One of the most newer champions that probably shocked the world, that it's still undefeated. The 5-0 Antonio Russo is the light heavyweight champion of the world. And I've got to admit, I'm absolutely impressed with what that kid has accomplished in such a short time span. So truthfully, phenomenal. Can't wait to see what he does as champion. Oh, but Johnny Walker's destroying Jamal Hill. This is not good for Sweet Dreams Hill.
Working off his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape.
Jamal Hill might get knocked out, folks. I'm telling you.
On the hips here. Oh, really nice work.
Let's see. Jacare Souza. Where's Souza? There we go. 4-5. Go nickel.
Oh, nice job to reverse position on the ground.
It was bad,
Oh,
but
two.
now it's not
Boom.
so bad. What a fantastic sweep.
And the light heavyweight.
Both fighters back to their feet now. Oh, it's a beautiful
It's a nice kick to the calf, to the calf there.
You will probably feel something like that.
It has to. This guy is landing his kick with so much force.
Cool, cool. That's there. So we got everything going good here.
He's throwing everything.
And down goes Johnny Walker for the moment.
Shot lands. Look
Or it looked like it at least.
It is, though. Still standing, still in their fight.
Oh, spinning.
That was a nice spinning back fist. What is up, JC, man? It's funny. I was just talking about Antonio Russo, too. So I honestly can't wait to see how long he holds that belt. I'm not going to lie. I'm very curious to see how that happens. Because if he keeps it up, when we have to do the tournament for UFC 5, and he can keep, if he has the belt, he'll be the number 1 ranked fighter. Once he gets the ranked number 16 fighter, when we do the tournament in UFC 5. That game needs to come out soon. Like, take my money already, EA. I'm desperate to buy that game. I also need a boxing game. So I don't really want to use Fight Night Champions to do a boxing-like series. Because I feel like half of me is really gonna start turning this channel for like 3 series into fighting or sports-related, and then having like one side series I do, which is probably gonna be like Evil Dead or like first-person shooter, Overwatch, something like that, and then use that. So it's like I really want to add boxing to the series list, but you know, just waiting at this point.
Man, he's just got a great feel for the striking realm early in this.
The timing is on point. He's doing a great job of mixing.
It's a beautiful spinning back fist again, landing Jamal Hill. Seeing stars for the moment. I will say Johnny Walker has executed quite well in this fight. I will say I'm very impressed with what we've seen from him. Arguably his best performance to date. Well, so far at least. Goodness gracious. I don't see how much more Jamal Hill's going to take, honestly.
Single collar tie now.
A nasty shot.
Nice kick.
They both guys kind of taking a pause. We're trying to catch their breath, it seems like.
Well, if you like Muay Thai striking, this might be your moment in this fight as he gets the tie.
Yeah, it's been a pretty gnarly fight, I will admit that. That was a low knee. Come on now.
And then try to land a big one to the head.
So a much different approach from him here in round 2. Took him a while to find the range, get in his striking rhythm. He has found it here, and as a result, has really picked up the pace in round 2.
Can't take many of those. You better check. Right hand punch.
Here we go. Come on, guys. We're waiting for that one big moment. I feel it's coming soon. That was a nasty kick, man. Again, he's wobbled. He's staggered. This is Johnny Walker's chance to try to close it out. Down goes Jamal Hill.
Oh, he gets up here, but he is on wobbly legs.
Nice knee to the body. Oh. Oh.
Nice kick.
All right, single collar tie now.
Oh, knee to the face.
Start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
It temporarily dropped Johnny Walker.
Holding on to him here, not really doing too much, perhaps just looking to recover. Now how about those 5 minutes?
That was pretty epic, I must admit. Now we are here in round number 3.
One party, he's fortunate to still be in this fight after that big knockdown.
Oh, the fact that he was
But we're also going to see the debut, folks, in this episode of Sergey Pavlovich as he takes on Stipe Miocic.
Cool him down, try to get the bearings back about him.
Wait, try to move this so I don't break it. There we go, stretching out.
The course of the fight. Nice punch land.
There we go, I'm just moving around a little bit.
All right, he engages in the single collar tie. Oh, he lands another strike to the body. Really
So there's been a lot of mixed strikes going on for Jamal Hill, but Johnny Walker, like I said, he's done a lot of damage here, and he's dropped Jamal Hill a couple of times. I think Walker at this point is waiting for that one opportunity to really land a nasty shot.
And now he engages in a Muay Thai clinch, and I think a lot of people watching wonder.
Uh-oh. That looked really low. Oh! Oh!
These are some excellent ground and pound strikes here, DC. There's an efficiency with which he operates in these situations.
Both fighters really giving it their all here.
It's allowing him to really control the grappling aspect of the fight.
There's a song there.
So this has been one hell of a fight.
Well, not sure if he's lighter on his feet or what it is, but these last couple
Jamal trying to go to the ground, but Walker saying not today.
Pressure. Oh, he's really starting to light him up now. Oh, collar tie.
And again, doing some damage. He hit him in the what looked like the liver there. He almost went down. I'm surprised he didn't.
It's another thing completely to land a perfect shot. That was a perfect shot.
I think he baited him in there.
Separation now.
You can tell right then and there that
Fast leg kick.
these guys have beaten the crap out of each other for almost 15 minutes.
It almost looked like you went limp there for a second.
Nice knee to the body. Nice, again, another knee to the body. Just analyzing the playing field. Ooh.
So much power.
Try to go for that punch. Not going to happen. Nice knees to the body. Got 45 seconds about left. So who's going to knock who out? It's a war of attrition, folks.
Oh, man, this guy kicks like a mule.
So hard. He kicks so hard.
These guys are tired. You can tell they're gassed.
Into his opponent.
Uh-oh. That might be what Johnny Walker needed. Jamal Hill trying to just push. He's biting on that mouth guard. Both these guys have beaten the crap out of each other for almost 15 minutes, and we are going to another judge's decision.
All right, let's look back at some of the action, DC.
Some great action here, folks.
The official decision is in. It resides
But I want to know who walks out the winner.
3 rounds. We go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest. 29-28.
28 for everyone.
Unanimous decision. Jamal Sweet
Congrats to Jamal Hill on winning this fight. He is now 1-1. The UFC put Johnny Walker to 2-6 as we're going to the next fight of the night, folks. And next up, it is going to be in the featherweight division as the 2-4 Alexander Volkanovski takes on the 2-5 Clay Guida. This fight is up next.
Matchup between Alexander Volkanovski and Clay Guida.
Both guys who have been a bit struggling in terms of record-wise, at least. So let's see who's going to bounce back. Or will it be the 2-5 Clay Guida? Or will it be the 2-4 Alexander Volkanovski? Volkanovski in the green, Guida in the blue. And we know that Clay Guida, man, he's got one heck of a chin, that's for sure. Make sure I log in what we just seen. Jamal Hill victorious. Whoa.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he
Jamal Hill
lands a kick
victorious.
Nice kick landed by the jump.
Walk up the L. Let's update those records on the other page.
there. Takedown defense holds up.
It's another beauty about keeping track of records, man.
Nice
I know
leg
everything and
takedown attempt there, and
anything I need to know
that's
about
something that's gonna
about
give him
who won who beat who lost to
A lot
who.
of confidence when it happens that easily. He took a shot, he got a takedown.
It's right on the ground. I'm kind of surprised that Clay Guida is on top of Alexander Volkanovski, just in control.
Here, but Dikembe Mutombo style, he gets denied.
Block. Great job blocking that pass. by
Dana
Bob
Cormier
White.
kills me with that, man.
All big combination of ground and pound strikes here, DC. This could be
Nice
the beginning of
counter here from Alexander Volkanovski into a back sitting position, trying to go for that choke, it looks like, if not going to the top mount. Exactly. He's trying to, at least. Go for the armbar. Oh, no, side kick. Okay. They're back to half guard.
Pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent.
Jesus.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now
So it's kind of in a standstill, both kind of jockeying for position, if you will.
Here's somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching.
At this point, it's a matter of what is Volkanovski trying to do. Well, it honestly feels like Volkanovski's kind of gassed already.
I mean, how many can he take?
Clocking in the head of Clay Guida, not very good for Guida at all.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work.
But what is Volkanovski trying? That's the question here. Is he aiming to try to disorient him, trying to go for an armbar, trying to go for a gi? What is the plan?
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Volkanovski.
So this has been about the rinse and repeat cycle. I'm just, at this point kind of worrying.
Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has
It's ground and pound, and if it works, it wears out your opponent. So I can't necessarily disagree or complain about what we're seeing here. I'm surprised that Volkanovski hasn't made any attempt really to go for any type of submission.
Round. And DC, you've spoken a lot
did I
about
update that correctly? I think I did, yeah.
A bit of a lost art in modern-day mixed martial arts.
So if this fight goes on stand-up, it's going to be interesting, because Volkanovski is just as skilled of a boxer, if not one of the best. And so is Clay Guida. A lot of people forget, they look at his age, think he's not very capable. The dude has got a freaking steel chin, and he's got heavy hands.
It's crazy to watch him dictate his opponent.
This is a very even fight in terms of the stand-up. When it goes to the ground, I do believe it's all Alexander Volkanovski.
You got to go back to guys like Mark Munoz. He's called it the Filipino smashing machine because he was so good with his ground and pound. And this guy shows that same exact type of approach.
That was a nice head kick. I don't think it landed completely. But nice. Oh, that was a beautiful, sneaky uppercut that landed there. That was a nice spear-like maneuver there. Who knew UFC was going to add wrestling moves?
Just over 3 minutes to go. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Volkanovski.
Well, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. That pass was definitely not going to happen. Oh, I'm surprised if he flattens. Gets the other. Oh, he gave it up.
You don't see that very often.
Oh, nice work from the bottom. Tags him with
Gave it again. It's a nasty spot to be. How many times have we seen T. Ortiz win championships and retain championships this way? Beautiful counter and footwork by Alexander Volkanovski, now being in control here. But then again, are we going to be in the same situation? Guida's in trouble. He's been getting rocked quite a bit.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control.
Uh-oh.
Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here, just outstanding with the transition.
He is not staying in one place on the ground. That's very important.
While working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound.
Again, now Volkanovski's got great control. I said it's not looking good for Clay Guida. He's been getting rocked, folks.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC.
Wow.
And you're seeing why.
I'm surprised Clay Guida's still hanging in. I feel that was anybody else, they're getting knocked out from that. There's a lot of shots to take, folks.
Final seconds here. Oh, Volkanovski's back in full mount. Well, hard to win fights in mixed martial arts from the bottom, but nice work here in that position by Guida. Third round underway.
I'm very impressed from what we've seen. I will say I'm very, very impressed just on everything we've seen. I will say that I don't know. Volkanovski, I feel like has had a completely different approach from what we're normally used to seeing. And I guess you would say it's working as he's held Clay Guida at bay. And, you know, it's just, again, that upcut nails him again. The upcut's been to the kryptonite, if you will, for Clay Guida.
Striking display by him thus far.
He throws everything so straight and so accurate.
Oh, stuffs the takedown without issue. Double leg takedown. Nice
beautiful double leg. And again, he did it with ease. He had a double leg takedown with ease, folks.
Volkanovski's looking to go from the full to the half guard here. Opponent
Uh-oh. No, Clay Guida turns it around. Volkanovski's trying to get back to his feet. Guida said no.
We'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here.
But I just don't think that Clay Guida's been so successful on the ground as much as Volkanovski's been. And that right there is the big difference.
For too long here on the ground with this guy. Guida's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken, but starting to show some obvious signs of swelling. Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Volkanovski. 2 minutes now to go in the fight. Nice job by him there to move into half guard. Not much resistance from the bottom fight.
He's just too good in this position. Look for ground and pound immediately. Trying to recover full guard there.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like shocked at what we're seeing. I know I've been quiet for the majority of this fight, but truth be told, it's been just surprising. Yeah, I didn't really expect. Did my phone just go off?
Under a minute now to go in this one.
Interesting, that's weird.
All right, it's late in the fight now. I don't need to be a judge to tell you that he is clearly losing. What is a fighter's mentality when you know you need a finish or you're getting an L?
This is when you got to go to the Nick Diaz mentality. Kill or be killed. You got to do everything at your opponent, because if this thing goes to fantastic takedown land.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
This is a beautiful guillotine. Beautiful guillotine. He had to let it go, but who knows? Maybe it would have tapped out. But it doesn't matter, folks. We're going to a judge's decision here. Who won this fight?
The official decision is now in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and
Let's
gentlemen,
find out.
3 rounds. We go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Alexander.
Congrats to Alexander Volkanovski. He wins the fight here tonight. He's now 3-4 in the UFC, and he puts Clay Guida to 2-6.
Yeah, I thought it was an easy fight to score. Whereas his opponent had a few moments, he was the one.
Will you look at that? Congrats to Alexander Volkanovski, folks. Going to the next fight of the night. And that's going to be in the lightweight division. That is right. Make sure to get there before this computer.
All right, coming up next, it's a lightweight
there we go.
Between Daniel Hooker and Yancy Medeiros.
Well, folks, Dan Hooker, the 3-5 Dan Hooker takes on the 1-3 Yancy Medeiros. This fight is up next in the lightweight division, so let's get to it. You ready? Fight. Wait, don't turn off. Wait. The par's like, hey, we're just going to turn off randomly.
These guys are as well-rounded as they come. They both can wrestle, both can grapple, both can strike.
So I said I'm very impressed with that featherweight fight. It was a weird fight. Normally not what I'm used to seeing from Alexander Volkanovski. And oddly, a lot of judges' decisions in this episode. I will say it is a bit surprising, it is a bit shocking, but, you know, nonetheless, it is what it is.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick.
That is so weird. I wonder, what is the So I always have it on Legendary. Is it still on Legendary? It won't even tell me. Whoops. That's wild. Where's the fight stat so far? I feel like the game has not been playing to what the normal standard is. That was a beautiful kick to the abdominal. I don't know if that... I can't tell if it really hurt him or not. Like, it went down and obviously hurt, but I don't know if it... You know, normally the red thing would come up, but it didn't see that.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be, and if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming.
Nice takedown. So nice block. I don't know why it's a takedown.
And just inches away from landing one of those big right hands. That's a really strong leg kick.
That was a strong kick. It was.
Just out of range with that.
He slipped. He slipped. He's a bum.
Misses with the left hook.
Nice.
Volkanovski's good.
Way to hide that leg kick.
So is Guida, right?
Oh, now he's got the tie plug, Daniel. If you're on the other side, what are you trying to do to get out of this potentially dangerous
good.
position?
So he wants a right way. Alright, even better.
You cannot bend down to try to get out of Muay Thai punch.
And he landed the right hand there. Going orthodox now.
Nice kick to the body.
Nice punch there by Hooker. Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands, and he's doing a nice job protecting the dome.
Oh, that overhand.
A lot of times, those shots
that overhand was good. I will admit that overhand was good.
This guy's making sure nothing lands.
Yeah, Denner's done a good job of keeping his distance. He's striking from a distance. I gotta say, it's quite effective.
From here, we'll see how he chooses to attack.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous position, but an advantageous one for the offensive fighter. Watch for the defensive guy to try to break this immediately.
And he connects there, DC.
It's a nice overhand.
10 seconds to go in the round. That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one.
That was a nice round. I gotta admit, that was pretty smooth.
You gotta check these low legs.
Uh-oh, Yancy Medeiros doing some damage to Dan Hooker.
And his opponent seems to be on his way out of the fight. There's no give on that leg kick.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. There we go. Ooh,
29 strikes, landed for Hooker, 26 for Medeiros.
It's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Medeiros.
Head kick.
Beautiful hook.
Oh, wow. That is impressive.
Just a slip there. Take your time, relax. Timely defense there. Huge block for him. Well, he is really
Okay, nice kick to the body.
Round two, much more aggressive than we saw in round one. And now
Beautiful spinning back fist. Again, now the kicks for Medeiros are really starting to do a number here on Dan Hooker.
With that body kick. Straight punch lands.
Oh!
He landed that massive shot.
That was a huge shot. That was a massive. That was huge. It was humongous. It was explosive.
And a nice job at least staying upright on that. Muay Thai plump. Medeiros' lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling.
It's a nice kick, okay.
Nice 1-2 there. Oh, strong punch there by Hooker.
Great diversity in his attack. Nice elbow for the clinch. Look at him whip this hip.
Nice kick to the body. So both guys have been pretty pretty up to par for sure on both ends. Again, I'm very surprised and very impressed on what we're seeing.
and no good. Able to check the high kick.
You can tell Dan Hooker's corner telling him to telling him to settle in and use that kick. I hear him again. Breathe and move. Both these guys look pretty gassed. I think they're gonna. Yeah, it looks to me that they're just very gassed.
No, there's danger in that too, because when you start reaching out to catch that kick, it comes the high kick, and then you're in a lot of trouble.
Hooker gets caught with that punch. His opponent could be out of here soon, DC.
Again, Yancy Medeiros may be closing in on potentially knocking out Dan Hooker.
High, grab, or wrestle. I mean, he's confused. He's as confused as he was on his first test in elementary school.
53 strikes for Hooker, 50 for Medeiros. It's been pretty easy, over 100 strikes landed.
But he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight.
Oh, it's been a complete performance out of both these fighters.
Oh, huge leg kick to that lead leg. Oh, man, how is he standing? Brutal knee to the body.
That was a nice knee, I will admit that. But then again, the situation still comes in of 3 minutes left. Are we going to another judge's decision? That he did whiff.
Oh, head kick attempt. It is blocked by Hooker. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. A swing and a miss by Medeiros. Oh, he's got that right hand going tonight, DC. Connected with it there.
He's thrown so
Again, both fighters. Oh, nice shot to the body. That one got blocked.
It's unreal.
Again, both fighters, there's no real sense of urgency to finish this fight, and we're seeing that here.
How good is that right hand?
There we go. But again, where is the sense of urgency trying to take him down? Again, they're keeping space and not moving in. And down went Daniel Hooker. Where was the sense of urgency for most of the fight? Again, 35 seconds just about left. Well, will we see a stoppage, or are we going to yet another judge's decision? Down goes Yancy Medeiros. 20 seconds left. Both fighters looking a little bit concerned to keep going. Medeiros is going to engage. And that is it, yet another judge's decision.
All right, so the fight goes the distance. We'll take the official decision.
Whoops. I skipped that by accident. Wow, that is 4 back-to-back judges' decisions. We've had more judges' decisions on this fight card than we have had stoppages. We've had 5 judges' decisions, 3 submission victories, not 1 knockout. I'm honestly surprised. I will admit I'm very surprised. Not looking too smooth this episode. No, people really just aren't trying to
And coming up next, it's a UFC strawweight division matchup.
Also, wait, who won the last fight? It was Dan Hooker who won the last fight. Okay. Having to look at my phone's chat screen and see the replays and stuff. Jeez, I'm behind on everything else. Is not good. Skip down. There we go. So Dan Hooker wins, which is great to know. By the way, folks, Dan Hooker becomes 4-5. Oh my. Leave my hot tips right now. Dan Hooker, folks, comes 4-5. Yancy Medeiros heartbreakingly becomes 1-4. Meanwhile, in our next fight, it's going to be the women's strawweight division, the final female fight of the night. Let's make sure I get over there. Kind of a rematch, if you will. Let's make sure we got that. The 3-4, Jessica Panay. By the way, just Jessica Panay is in the black. She's 3-4. She takes on the 4-6 Tatiana Suarez in the blue, and this is how this fight goes. Nice knee to the body.
And she connects with a punch there. We'll see if she can follow it up.
Knee to the face. Beautiful takedown. It's a very beautiful takedown.
Right into full guard here, DC. Where does she go from here?
She needs to be passing. Right away passing. Trying to pass to get good ground and pound off.
Some Panay says, not today.
Very nice.
Big kick land.
Man, does she throw these hands seamlessly and easily, connects with another series of punches there.
She is one of the best boxers in the UFC. And this is
That's some nice punching.
We say it every time she fights. Beautiful punch.
Oh, she blocks the punch.
Oh, that was a good punch. I do agree. Again, we've had 5 decision victories, 3 submission victories so far, and no knockouts, which is very rare for us to have no knockouts. It's very rare for us to have this many decisions. I don't think we've ever had this many decision victories before in the series until today. So this is going to make a record probably.
Big kick land.
Nice kick.
Again, back into this position.
Now she's got the Muay Thai plum.
Yeah, I've noticed how it gets so incredibly hot in this room.
That was a thudding leg kick.
All right, so again, the fighters clinch here.
Because honestly, I always stay hydrated when I know I'm gonna do like consistent like narrating for so long. Gotta stay hydrated during these ones.
The uglier the fight, the better. What a punch.
Where'd it go? Oh, there goes my camera. Like, where'd it go?
Again, they will clinch. We'll see how it goes. 30 seconds now to go in round 1.
Left hand punch in the clinch.
I'm liking the shots. We have not had, I think we've had only one round 1 finish.
Switch knee lands.
Now we had to finish in round 1, 2, and 3. And that was our 3 submissions.
5 minutes in the books.
You ready? You ready to fight? Fight! But hey, it resembles the real UFC. Oh, that beautiful head kick. Tatiana Suarez got rocked right there, literally. Go for that takedown, can't get it, gets stuffed.
She's starting to put together some significant body work here, and these are going to take their toll as this fight goes on.
Leg kick.
Well, she
and some good action we're seeing.
This one's not there for her.
Right hand punch in the clinch.
33 strikes for Suarez, landed 43 for Panay. That leg kick got checked.
Nice jab by her there, and another one for good measure. So before her opponent can reset, she doubles up on the jab.
She does a fantastic job of popping that jab.
I'm not sure I can actually get my information for that, because she never texted me.
She's trying to pass the guard here. Ooh, unable to do so. Nice denial by the bottom fighter.
Great recognition in the grappling transition. Way to maintain that guard.
Oh, that's a beautiful escape and reversal by her there.
Unbelievable sweep. She did a fantastic job of manipulating the weight to change the position.
Oh, and with conviction, she moves right into half guard.
Without much effort, she was able to pass from her full guard right into half guard.
There you go.
Oh, this is where you don't want to be, though.
Panay's back in full guard now. Man, she is just non-stop on the ground.
Sorry about that. I was like texting and trying to figure out with that individual.
She's moving a lot, but every movement has purpose.
Well, her opponent is squirming, and this might be the beginning of the end. The ground and pound strikes.
Oh, yeah, potential. Oh, the arm. The arm has been given up. This is a dangerous spot to be in for Jessica Penne. Tatiana Suarez looks, she wants to snap that arm off. We haven't seen it finish in four fights. Are we getting one here? This is not looking good for Jessica Penne. The armbar, she taps out. Tatiana Suarez taps out Jessica Penne in a huge comeback victory. She needed this win, a big comeback for her. She needed this one big time, and she gets a huge one here tonight.
No problem with her as she gets one of the bigger wins of her UFC. We send it inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 11 seconds in round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Tatiana Suarez.
Congrats to Tatiana Suarez on winning this fight. She becomes 5-6, and she puts Jessica Penne to 3-5. Let's go on to the next fight of the night, folks. It's going to be in the heavyweight division as the 5-7 Stipe Miocic takes on the debuting, the one and only, because I forgot his first name, Sergey Pavlovich. Here we go. By the way, folks, next up is going to be our main event. As we'll see Gunnar Nelson, the 3-4 Gunnar Nelson, take on the 7-8 Nick Diaz. That is our main event. That's going to come up right after this fight. It's been a very interesting show so far. I guarantee this heavyweight collision will be no different. Miocic in the blue, Pavlovich in the red. Gunnar Nelson is 3-4, takes on 7-8 Nick Diaz in that welterweight main event that comes up next year. As we're in the United Center, that was the home of UFC 291. It is the home of the Underground 15 here tonight. Been an epic show so far, and the hits keep on coming. Ooh, a nice shot to the body, okay. Go for a takedown, not gonna happen.
Nice punch by Miocic.
Go for a takedown, doesn't look like it's gonna go through.
Notice the drive. Look at how they drive the knee right into the midsection.
Just out of range with the big right hand.
Big body kick land.
Oh, tags him with that uppercut. Now we'll see if he can follow it up.
Great punch. What does he
So both fighters here throwing some decent exchanges. They kind of more so counter fighting than anything, both of them.
Already closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. Oh, short elbow is good.
What the heck is
Now
that?
he's got the Muay Thai plum.
That he does. He does have the Muay Thai plum.
Nice strike.
We did have it.
Oh, well timed and placed overhand by Miocic.
Okay, so now that that's there, let's do this.
Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense?
We'll try to do some quick editing real quick.
Big strike lands.
Big strike
There we
land.
go. And that's a big strike from Stipe Miocic.
Back to the
Miocic on fire.
So just over 20 total strikes have landed.
Literally.
Takedown
Some heavy
defense
shots
done.
here. Miocic trying to literally put pedal to the metal. If that, well, I think that's a very apropos expression to have right now. Very surprised at the just damage Stipe Miocic had inflicted on Pavlovich.
Nice.
Cool, so that's done. For I have to do that later. Epic.
Trying to establish that jab once again.
Yeah, I only have one mouse now, and that's this one.
Miocic gets caught by that straight punch.
So he's trying to pick him up, and that is it for a round. That
Gets the takedown. It wasn't for any lack of effort, but finally that shot was good enough to get his opponent down.
well, I mean, Pavlovich shouldn't even have gotten that off. That should have been some type of penalty. The horn had sounded, and it should have been over.
Feel good for him to finally get it done. Now what does he do with this topic?
I actually mislabeled this. I can't believe that.
There's no three-piece, there's no soda. More often than not, it's one and done.
There we go.
He's not even getting the combination.
Sorry, folks, wanted to make sure I had my fight schedule correct, because it was not correct before I did.
Give him the right hand behind the jab. Give him the
Oh, that was
hook
actually supposed to be
right hand,
Jesus.
jab, right hand, hook. That's 2 pieces of chicken and a biscuit. Finish him off with the uppercut.
Okay, good. So we have to fix that even better. Meanwhile, Stipe Miocic has been just. Pavlovich is definitely not expected this, folks. I mean, Pavlovich has been getting pretty messed up quite often. So that's it, folks. Gunnar Nelson, Nick Diaz is going to be our main event. So much weird stuff going on in this house.
Well, he's really starting to land a high number of strikes here in the second round. No denying that he has taken the message from his corner and picked up the pace here in round 2.
Get nice knees to the body. Beautiful head kick.
Miocic on the feet, making some adjustments, and man, that jab looks clean too.
I mean, that jab looks clean, but you got to be very. Oh man, look at that picture.
Okay, he's got him in the back here.
To the leg,
Nothing. Okay.
got another beautiful takedown.
And they set.
Oh, that up could have caught him. That sneak up could have caught him.
Massive shot that he landed. Great job.
Miocic's trying to bounce off the fence for a little bit. He got rocked by that uppercut, folks. Again, Pavlovich.
Right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
Stipe literally just closing him like a hound here.
Oh, and there's a takedown attempt, DC.
He smells blood in the water. That is for sure.
Yeah, he's
You
your
can
best
tell.
friend. Tell him that you want to take him to his back and watch him defend and then beat you up on the fight stand. Changes the
Oh, then again, nice shot there from Pavlovich. That hook right shot. The beautiful. Oh my God, he like glitched, folks. He glitched at one point. It looked like he hesitated. Why did he hesitate?
30 seconds to go.
Now he's on top of him looking for the finish.
A lot of hesitation by the fighters tonight. It's been costing. I think could have knocked him out there.
Now maybe trying to get to a choke position here, DC. All right, side control now.
I think being on the ground is a very not so smart move for Stipe Miocic. Just keep it on the stand up.
That's the end of round number 2.
Going to round number 3 here. Well, it's been a war.
Third round underway. Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about this guy. He hasn't really shown.
Crowd
any
chanting
signs
USA,
of
cheering on
slowing
Stipe
down.
Miocic.
And just misses with that big right hand.
Nice head kick.
Big punch land.
Figure one big hit away. Again, down goes Pavlovich.
He's got to press it. He's got to go take that finish down now.
That kick just wasn't strong enough. You can tell Stipe wants that knockout victory. Both these guys, they are ready to start swinging. Nice takedown. Now, what does Pavlovich do from here?
Oh, his opponent squirming like a fish out of water now. The ground and pound is on point. This could very
Like I said before, this is a very dangerous spot for Stipe Miocic to be in with Pavlovich. He doesn't want to give up the arm. It's smart. He didn't give up the arm.
As good as any we've ever seen.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Close guard here. He's very comfortable here working off of his back, DC.
Miocic trying to get all of this, got into this backstage business. This is good.
Reversal here, DC.
What a way to switch the position. Fantastic.
Wow.
Oh,
Great
right.
counter wrestling here from Stipe Miocic.
Oh, he postured up there, gained some valuable separation. submission.
It's now the ground and pound start.
Head was certainly gassed out, you can tell.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position.
Pavic not trying to give him any more advances than where Stipe's already is. This is great counter. This is great wrestling.
Escape, DC. Oh, outstanding combination of ground and pound punches here.
You see how Steve Meach is trying to stay active there with those shots.
Lands the ground and pound strike here.
Nice body shot. Pavic not trying to give him the side.
Miocic gets back up, back into his comfort zone.
Again, back into his comfort. That's what I was saying. Keep it on the stand-up.
Well, he put so much stock into this fight, and now we're late in the game, and if he doesn't get a finish, this opportunity goes by the board.
I mean, it's almost over. Right now, he's got to start throwing everything he can find.
I think they both do, but I do believe that Stipe Miocic wins this fight by decision, though.
And overwhelm his opponent to try to get a finish. Oh, that's a nice strike.
And they separate.
He didn't like that left.
Wow, that was a beautiful shot. 10 seconds left. Are they going to settle for the decision? Wow, they settled for that's weak. They settled for the decision.
All right, so the fight goes the distance. All right, it looks like the official decision.
I think we know the obvious winner here and who that's going to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest
30-29. 30-27, yeah, sorry. Both.
Unanimous decision. Stipe.
Congrats to Stipe Miocic, a huge victory for Stipe. He becomes 6-7 in the UFC, and he gives Sergey Pavlovich a loss in his debut, making him 0-1, folks. We're going to the next fight of the night, which is the main event of the evening. As you can see, Gunnar Nelson, who is 3-4, take on the 7-8 Nick Diaz. Your main event starts right here, right now. Here we go.
Between Gunnar Nelson and Nick Diaz.
The welterweight division. Dan Mariotto, the senior referee for this fight. Or official, I should say.
Well, these guys have been on each other's radars for quite some time. Tonight, it shall be done.
And if you're wondering why this main event is 3 rounds, if need be, anytime we have the UFC Underground, the main event will be just like the rest of the fights. 3 rounds. None of these fighters really have a winning record going into it, so here we go. That's the reason why they're here. This is what Underground does. It gives these fighters an opportunity to try to bounce back instead of being left behind. Nelson in the blue trunks, Diaz in the black and gray trunks. There we go. Let me actually update what we just had. I did Panay and I did Suarez. Good. Move and recover.
The shot's pretty well here early, DC.
He's doing a great job of mixing things up, keeping busy, being very active. Right hand punch to the clinch. Wow.
Where is Sergey Popovich? This is a beautiful armbar. The way he actually got that to work, I'm honestly impressed. I will say that for sure. I was not expecting that type of flawlessness. I was like, whoa. I was very surprised. Stipe is 6-7, by the way, folks. If I didn't say that before, Sergey Pavlovich 0-1. And Gunnar Nelson surviving. I don't know what that was supposed to be.
Offensive options for the bottom fighter than in the half guard.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just start to get away. You can just go to a wrestler stand-up. Get to your knees.
It's very weird.
Post your hands. Don't allow him to get his hooks
It's main event time.
Really be aware of the hooks. But get to your hands, stand up, fight the hands.
Yes, Stipe 4-6-7, Sergey Pavlovich 0-1. That is honestly how I want that, so that's good. Let's get to the welterweights. I know I'm on points. Diaz, Nelson. Well, it's got Diaz. That's good. Even better. All right, cool. That actually really did work out for me, so I cannot complain.
Strikes continue to rain down. The opponent better move out of harm's way. The referee's going to stop this. He better start to move.
Oh, the armbar. This is not good if you're Nick Diaz. Both guys scrambling here. This is not good at all, actually. Nick Diaz needs to try to fight for his life here. He's not in a good way. If he loses the grip here, he could possibly be tapping out. This is not where Diaz wants to be. It is a disaster here for Diaz. Nick Diaz is in trouble. He taps out, folks, to Gunnar Nelson in round number 1 here in our main event. Gunnar Nelson gets a huge victory. That makes Gunnar Nelson 4-4, folks, in the UFC, and it puts Nick Diaz to 7-9. Will you look at that?
It's a wild round and a wild sequence. We go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Bergliano calls a stop to this contest at 4 minutes and 14 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out, Gunnar Nelson.
Congrats to Gunnar Nelson on winning this fight, folks. 4-4, Nick Diaz 7-9. We got one more part. That's the award, so let's get to it. We will not have a performance of the night knockout bonus, so there was no knockouts. We'll have fight of the night and performance of the night submission. Personally, for me, fight of the night, I would have to agree, was Jamal Hill and Johnny Walker. Performance of the night submission, in my opinion, goes to Gunnar Nelson. So, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Subscribe to the BVTV channel for some more UFC Universe Mode action. Peace out, everybody.